Hey guys, I am almost ready to head off to the Kate Somerville Clinic on Melrose to get my second MOXI laser treatment. And I thought I would do a longer video this time just to talk you through the process, the treatment itself, and show you the day-by-day recovery and the sort of before and after of the treatment. So this is actually my second treatment at Kate Somerville. I did one maybe 2 months ago as I was getting my skin sort of wetting ready, and I was really impressed with the results. So I did record an IG reel with a sort of shorter form, quick clips of like the day by day recovery. But in this video, I thought I would talk you through the day by day recovery in a little bit more detail with some more detailed shots so you can see what the skin looks like. So my skin type is combo oily. It's a little bit more normal these days, but I really struggle with pigmentation. I don't break out often, but I actually do have a couple right now. When I do break out, they leave really pigmented spots, and it takes forever for them to fade. So MOXI is a fractionated laser, and it can help target signs of aging, it can help target pigmentation, it can help with fine lines, and overall, I'm looking for just a more even skin tone. So I do have a little bit of tinted brow gel in, but I just did my morning skincare, so this is my bare skin, and this is what it looks like right now. And like I mentioned, I think my skin is in pretty good shape right now because I did have that previous treatment a couple of months ago. Basically, what happens is when you get the treatment, you do the laser, your skin creates these little like flakes called MENDs, and they flake off, and sort of a new layer of skin comes to the surface, and it really expedites that process. I am very redness prone and I do have sensitive skin, so I am anticipating some swelling, definitely some redness, and just a little bit of inflammation after the treatment. That's really normal for me. I do get sort of hormonal breakouts along the jawline. I have a couple little like clogged pores here and here, and then I also have this sort of, it's not exactly cystic, but it's like sort of a cystic spot that's about to come to a whitehead, but I think the laser will really take care of that today. This side, no active breakouts, just some pigmentation and sunspots, especially sort of on the tops of my cheeks. You know, I wear SPF every day. I am very religious about it, but I grew up in Southern California. I did not grow up wearing SPF every day. I spent a lot of time in the sun as a younger person. So yeah, that sun damage is there. And I'm 32, so I am thinking sort of ahead for the future of my skin health and taking care of my skin as it matures and as I mature. MOXI is often referred to as a lunchtime laser. Like I mentioned, it's a non-ablative fractionated laser. For some people, that may be true, but I think for me, as someone with sensitive and reactive skin, that's not exactly true. And I am anticipating some discomfort. So basically, they cleanse your skin, they do a numbing cream, you lay there for 20-30 minutes for the numbing cream to take effect, and then they remove the numbing cream and they do the laser, and it's sort of this handheld device. And the way the laser works is it creates tiny, essentially like wounds or punctures in the skin to basically activate skin healing. And so your natural regenerative processes in the skin are provoked. And that's why your skin kind of flakes off as it's healing, and it expedites that skin turnover. Now that I've done this once before, I sort of know what to expect and how to prepare for it, and also can give you better advice about how to prepare for your own healing process if you're interested in this. So MOXI is safe for all skin tones, including skin types that are more prone to melasma. Again, some lasers can actually trigger your melasma, and this is not one of them. So it's actually a really good option for a lot of different skin types and a lot of different skin tones. The majority of the healing is going to happen between days 1 to 5 or 6. I felt like the last time I did it, I was back to my full skin health by like day 8 or 9. You'll see the skin is going to get really dry. It's going to create little, it almost looks like scabs, like tiny little micro scabs. I'm going to look a little bit bronzer because that skin is darkening and sort of flaking off. And you'll see it's going to come off in little patches that I will show you. So if you're sensitive to that, the before and afters might not be for you. I'll leave timestamps below. But I'm going to head off to Kate Somerville. I do want to mention this is a complimentary treatment. Actually, Actually, one more thing I forgot to mention is that last time I brought the MOXI laser down my neck, so it was a face and neck treatment. Hi guys, I'm back. It's a couple hours after treatment. My skin is actually looking a lot less red and inflamed than it did the first time around. And I think it's because I'm on a new dosage of allergy medication that helps me manage my skin reactivity. But I want to show you what my skin looks like now. So it is still red and a little bit swollen, that's normal, but the treatment really did not feel as intense as it did for me the first time. And I don't know if it's because I knew what to expect. I did take a little bit of Tylenol actually before I went into treatment. It could also be that I had the numbing cream on longer this time than I did last time. I'm not quite sure. But here's what my skin looks like. You can see it is red. And if you get really close up, you can see the sort of little spots where the laser penetrates the skin. She brought it also down my neck. You can sort of see the line of demarcation where the laser treatment stops. Again, not nearly as puffy or as red as I was the first time around. I did film in the treatment room so you guys can see what the process is like, but basically she cleansed my skin, sort of sterilized and sanitized my skin, put on the numbing cream, had me wait, and then we did the laser treatment. And then she had me sit under a red light for a long time, a red LED light, which helps expedite skin healing. That helps sort of calm down the skin as well, especially right after a laser treatment. So here's some close-ups. In terms of what it feels like, it sort of feels like kind of like you're taking a rubber band and snapping it against the skin. Again, it's not intolerable at all. You sort of get used to it after a while. It just feels like a little prick or a little snap on the skin, like a little buzz as the laser is penetrating the skin. They do advise you not to take anti-inflammatories, so Advil, ibuprofen, all of that, because actually the inflammatory response is what triggers collagen production. So it actually kind of prevents the benefits or the full benefits of the treatment if you take an anti-inflammatory, which was something that Katie, my esthetician, told me. And if you do go to Kate Somerville Melrose, Katie is amazing. She's super helpful, very knowledgeable, answers all of your questions, and she's just the sweetest person. So definitely go see her. She did send me home with a goodie bag. So let me tell you a little bit about what my post-care treatment will look like. Tonight, I'm actually not going to wash my face. I'm just going to go straight to bed because the skin is already very sensitized. Like I said, it's actually triggering wound healing, and the laser does make tiny like micro wounds in the skin. So I'm not going to cleanse, just going to go straight to bed. Starting tomorrow morning, I am going to use the Kate Somerville Goat Milk Moisturizing Cleanser. I love this stuff. It's sort of like a cream cleanser. It's very gentle and it's also hydrating, and I like it so much that I kind of want the full bottle of this. But she gave me 2 of these to use for the next week or so as I'm healing. And then she decanted a couple of products for me. The first one is, there's 2 little pots of this, the Elastin Nectar. And I've actually never really used Elastin products, but Elastin is used in a lot of medical grade, skincare spas and clinics and things like that. I don't know exactly what's in this. It's almost like a gel consistency. I think it's just very simple, like hydrating ingredients. I want to say there's probably some peptides or something in here to help with skin and wound healing. That is the thin gel layer that I will apply first. It's also kind of silicone-y, so I'm guessing it helps like create a protective cover over your skin. The next product is the Aven Cyclefate, and this is a white cream with copper and zinc. I actually have been using this a bunch this year. I've gone through like 3 tubes of this myself. It is a rich, heavy cream. It has mineral oil. It also has some beeswax. So the copper and zinc are going to help with skin healing, and the richer products, the emollients in here, are going to help sort of lock in the skin and create almost like a seal over your skin to help with healing again. Because this does have zinc, it's a white cream that will leave a white sort of cast on your face. Not as intensely as like a mineral SPF or like a hardcore mineral SPF, but it does have a bit of white in here. And then they say you should use a mineral SPF as your skin is healing. I've really been liking the Naked Sundays Collagen Glow Mineral SPF 50. I like it because it's fragrance free. It sort of evens out the skin tone. It gives you a bit of a glow, but it's also great for sensitive skin, and it's very, very gentle as well. So that's the SPF I'll be using. I'm going to be avoiding makeup as long as I can. I do have a birthday party on Saturday. Today's Wednesday. And I think if anything, I might use just a little bit of like mineral powder or something like that, something very, very lightweight. And by day 4, that should be fine. They do say for sure within the first like 24 to 48 hours of treatment to avoid makeup if you can, which totally makes sense because you just poked a bunch of holes in your face, so you don't want to contaminate the skin. I will also be using my Current Body red light LED mask. That's not something you have to do. It's just something that I like to do because I have it, and I do find that red LED light, which is what they used in clinic, they used a much, higher strength. But the Current Body one is really good also for, again, skin healing, reducing inflammation, bringing down redness. I used it a bunch the first time around, and I did find that I noticed my skin was a lot less sensitive, and I'm sure it helped with the healing process. Another thing I'll mention is that in terms of the pain, you feel it during treatment, and then but you have the numbing cream on, so it's kind of like that weird buzz of numbing cream, and then a slight spiciness or tingling with the laser treatment. And then for about an hour after, you do feel a little bit of sensitivity. I was in traffic for like 45 minutes after, and I just blasted the AC on my face, and that felt really nice. And basically by the time I got home, my skin felt pretty much back to normal. So over the next couple of days, the redness will subside. My skin is going to form MENDs, which is an acronym for microscopic epidermal necrotic debris. So it's basically like dead skin coming to the surface. It's going to flake off. It's going to get dry and flake off. Not in like big sheets the way that your skin peels off with a chemical peel. It's more like tiny little flakes. But then you see the new skin come through under the flakes, and it's super satisfying. Over my breakouts, she actually said that the laser will help kind of zap that breakout and bring it down, and then bring it to heal a lot more quickly than it would on its own. So I'm actually kind of happy that I was able to go today while I had that big cystic spot. But that's it for today, and I'll check in with you tomorrow. Hi guys, it is day 2. It's been about 24 hours since my treatment, so I thought I would check in and tell you how my skin's doing. I think you can probably tell a lot of the redness has subsided. My skin looks a little bit tanner, and it's not actually a tan, it's just that the pigment is darkening where it's going to flake off. So I'm gonna give you a close-up look, and I'm not sure it's going to come through on camera, but the MENDs come up in little dots, and it's basically the dots where the laser has penetrated. The redness has subsided a lot, pretty much all the way on my neck as well, and yeah, MENDs are forming there too. The breakout that I had on my jawline, actually it sort of came to a head last night. I slept with a pimple patch on it, one of the Hero Cosmetics patches, and it sucked up a lot of gunk. Sorry, that's gross. I do have one over it now just to make sure it's still healing and just to keep it covered. You absolutely do not want to remove any of the flakes, pick at your skin. It can lead to pigmentation coming to the surface where it's not supposed to, and you can actually damage your skin because it is in a very fragile state. So don't pick at your skin, even though it's going to get tempting. That's a message for me and for you if you do happen to get this treatment. I do feel like this time around I have a lot less redness. Again, I think that's just because of the condition of my skin right now. It's in a better place, a less reactive place than it was when I got the first treatment. So that's today's check-in, and I will check in with you guys tomorrow. Hey guys, it is Friday, so it's day 3. I just wanted to do a check-in. I am wearing a tinted SPF today, but not any foundation or anything like that. But you can see, or hopefully you can see, that the MENDs have definitely formed. They are already starting to flake off. So this morning I woke up with some little flakies, and I was wearing a black shirt and I could actually see the flakes starting to come off. I know that sounds kind of gross, but that's just part of the process. So my skin definitely feels drier and a little tighter. I can see, like, especially along the jawline, around the brows, around the nose and mouth, where there's the most movement in your face. That's where the flaking is happening first. And that's today's check in. Hey everyone, it is day 4 of recovery. Today is definitely the worst it's been when it comes to the peeling. The peeling is happening. We're in the middle of it. My neck is not quite flaking yet, but anyway, I'm gonna go get ready now. Just wanted to do my quick check-in for the day. I'm anticipating that today and tomorrow will probably be the worst of the peeling, but I'll show you how it's looking tomorrow. Hey guys, it is now Sunday, so I guess we're on day Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Day 5, and I'm not wearing any makeup. I have been like sweating today. I've been working in the garden, doing some stuff in the yard and around the house. Today is by far the worst day of peeling. It's probably going to be the worst day of healing, period. I'm super flaky. You can see there are actually patches of fresh skin coming through because I'm about like 50% done shedding, I would say, shedding the MENDs. Oh, and I should mention my neck has not started peeling yet. It's still kind of that sandpaper texture, but I don't see the MENDs sort of coming off in the same way they are as my face, which is about what I expected. Morning, everyone. It is day 6. It's Monday morning, and I just thought I would check in. I feel like I've done a lot of flaking, especially like overnight, and a lot of the flakes come off like when you're in the shower or washing your face or things like that. They definitely don't want you to, like, obviously like peel at your skin, but it does flake off like while you're cleansing and things like that. So the center of my face is mostly all peeled, and I think you can see sort of where the fresh skin starts. It's kind of glowy and a little bit like pink and fresh. And then where the flakes and the MENDs still are around the perimeter of my face. And you can see that over here too. Like my cheeks look a little bit grayer. I can already tell the pores look super minimized. The skin just looks so like smooth and like baby soft. I am super dry around my nose a little bit and around my mouth and chin. That's normal too. I did find after the last treatment that my skin was more normal. I'm generally combo oily, but it did help my skin normalize and control oil production overall. My neck is just starting to flake a little bit. The flakes on the neck I find don't come off as dramatically or in as big of flakes as the face does. Maybe because there's less movement there, it just kind of comes off, I don't know, just not as dramatically. So that's me today. I'm thinking by tomorrow, I'll probably still have some MENDs around the very perimeter of my face, but by tomorrow I'm gonna be in pretty good shape, I think. Morning, everyone. It is Tuesday, so this is the 7th day since my laser treatment, and my skin is feeling and looking really good. I feel like most of it has flaked off, with the exception of the perimeter of my face, especially like back here near my ear. My technician even went sort of all the way to the side of my neck. Same on this side, and then like parts of the forehead. But my face is, I would say, like 80% flaked off. And I think you can probably really tell the difference today on camera because looking in the viewfinder, my skin just looks and feels a lot more even toned and brighter. And in person, I feel like my pores are super minimized. I've got just a really nice natural radiance peeking through, and I feel like my skin just looks and feels a lot fresher. And when I'm cleansing, I can tell that the texture of my skin is really, really improved, and it just feels really smooth and very, very like baby soft. Hey everyone, just doing a quick check-in right now. It is Wednesday, so it's been officially 1 week since my treatment, and it's the 8th day of recovery. So my face again is mostly peeled off except for the perimeter of my face, especially near my hairline. I do have a significant white cast today. I tried a new mineral SPF and it just is not for me. Today I have a lot of flaking on my neck. And I specifically wanted to show you the neck because I hope you can see it on camera. Major progress. I mean, I'm pretty much 80% flaked off, including face and neck now. So that's where we're at today, and I will check in with you tomorrow. Hey everyone, it is, what day is it? Oh, it's Thursday. Huge improvement overnight. I feel like my face is pretty much done peeling, and my neck, like the front part of my neck, is mostly done peeling. I've just got a little bit of MENDs left along the side of my neck here, sort of like behind my ear. And I do feel like overall my recovery's been a couple of days ahead of schedule than my first time around. I think I'm gonna wait a few days until my next and final check-in where everything's been completely peeled off and I feel like my skin is no longer shedding at all, just to give you the final update and my final thoughts. But I'm just really happy with where my skin is right now. I feel really confident, and also not wearing a lot of makeup over the last week. It's just kind of nice to have that break from base makeup. I actually haven't been wearing a lot of base makeup this summer at all. So that's where things are, and I will check in with you for the final wrap up. Hey everyone, I am back for my final check-in. It's actually been about 3 weeks since my treatment. I wanted to wait until my skin was fully healed so I can show you the entire healing process. And I'm back to normal basically now. I'm using my retinoids again, I'm using actives again, vitamin C, back to chemical SPF. That's what I have on today, just a sheer SPF and brow gel, but no base makeup on or anything. And I feel like my skin is in a really healthy place. My skin barrier feels very strong. I do have some redness in my skin. That's just how my skin is. I'm very reactive, sensitive, redness prone. So obviously a laser treatment isn't going to change that, but I do feel like my skin tone looks really clear and bright and radiant. And I feel like my oiliness has been controlled. The size of my pores is noticeably smooth and blurred, and the surface of my skin feels really smooth as well. I just pulled my hair back so you can see pigmentation wise where we're at. You know, I have some old pigmentation, old scars, sunspots, things like that, that obviously aren't going to go away with just one treatment, but I do feel like overall my skin tone looks really clear, and the pigmentation that I did have before the treatment has faded noticeably. For me, the biggest improvement is not just in how my skin looks, but it's in how I feel. I am someone who grew up with really bad acne. I had cystic acne in high school that continued into my early adulthood, and it really took a toll on my self-esteem and feeling like I couldn't go out or do things without at least a little bit of makeup on to cover up the redness and cover up the scars and the acne itself. And even though my skin hasn't been that acne prone in many years, it's still stuck with me, that feeling of I need to have something on or I need to have some makeup on in order to go out and feel good about myself and feel presentable. And I think for me, skincare treatments and the kind of more noticeable results that they've given me are what have given me that confidence. Also, obviously, a lot of self-work, a lot of work on my own mental health and finding my own self-confidence. But, you know, I'd be lying if I said that these things didn't help me feel good about myself just in my natural state without any makeup on. And don't get me wrong, there's no makeup shaming here. And if you are that person that, you know, wants to wear makeup when you walk out the door, that's great too. I also am that person, but I want to feel like it's a choice. And I think for me, what skincare treatments have done, and laser treatments specifically have done, is it has given me that ability to choose whether or not I want to walk out the door with no makeup on. So that's just kind of where I'm at externally and internally, and that's my final skin check-in. So I hope this was helpful to you. If you have any questions about the treatment, anything I didn't cover, please do let me know. And if you want to see more on skincare treatments or beauty procedures, things like that, let me know too. I've talked about a couple of things over on Instagram, like Botox for TMJ. I've talked about other facials and things that I've had. So if you want to hear more about that, maybe we can make this a series. So let me know what you think. And I want to say thank you again to Kate Somerville Clinic, the one on Melrose in LA, for setting this up for me. I think when it comes to skincare treatments like this, you really want to go to a trusted source and someone who knows what they're doing. And Kate Somerville is really the best of the best. And their clinic is so fabulous and really beautiful. And I love that they educate you about your skin as you're going through the treatments. So that's it for me, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!